What's up, guys? Welcome back to the CCLP5 submissions. If you're watching this, there's a high chance this is uploaded in February. And just let me just give another quick reminder. This, me playing this, is in January still. It's January 30th as I'm recording. So it is still within the deadline date. It's just uploaded a little bit past then for obvious reasons. And yeah, I just want to make that clarification. Just because you're seeing this past the deadline doesn't mean I'm actively playing it past the deadline. It's by the time you're watching this, I have already completed this. So just keep that in mind. Anyway, this is tiles and stuff, and this is a level I made in the Walls of window shopping. And the premise behind this level was I wanted to make a level that kind of combined a lot of different things in this jumbled tile aesthetic. And because for the most part, the levels I have made with this kind of aesthetic have just been mazes. And I know that's not the most exciting thing. Okay, where do I have a red key and I'm not sure. I mean, I could just waste it there, but I don't think that's correct. The other thing was, yeah, I need to keep the flippers. The other thing was, I had recently played before I made this level. I had played, what's the level called? Sandshaker in Walls of CCLP4, and one of the comments was, you know, seeing that level kind of work as, you know, a puzzle, just with a lot of obstructions. Okay, you have to collect that though. Where do you spend it then? I'm confused. Is it really right here? It must be. Okay.
Bummer.
Oh, I didn't have the fire boots. Okay. So, I wanted to kind of see if I could kind of expand on the concept that Sandshaker did. And I wanted to make this, you know, not be a maze. And I did the best I could, and it was kind of busted. The top right section was busted, a little busted. And it took a while to find a fix for it. Okay, I am pretty sure you have to get rid of that. Yeah, I think you have to get rid of this right there. Oh, I don't know why I cleared the dirt. I'm trying to figure out if what I'm doing is correct, because the fix I made was a little convoluted in some aspects, and I honestly don't remember what they all entailed. And I'm starting to wonder if the red key was part of what made this busted, and now there's a fairly strict use of this red key that I forgot about. But I don't think so. I think... I think this is all the way it's supposed to work. Now, why would I want... Why would I want to go through this? I don't think... Yeah, this isn't correct. All right, I'm doing something wrong. Yeah, this is why I didn't want to play this in the last video, because I knew I was going to be tripped up about this one. My own level once again. But this was meant to be a very obstructive kind of level, just based on its very nature. Like, this first room is straightforward as heck. And I know you have to fill in the water here because that's the only way to proceed. Right? I guess you could blow the bomb up. But then that leaves the blue key being extra. Maybe that's fine, though? Yeah, because once I collect that red key, I have to spend it right there. But if I were to blow that bomb up instead, I can bring the fire boots in with me. And once I get the flippers, I can just go back and get rid of it up there. I'm going to try that. It's been so long since I played this, and knowing I had to fix some things on it definitely made it a little bit of a headache. It's certainly not any better actually playing it, but that's besides the point. Okay, so let's blow that bomb up instead. So I can collect the fire boots and I can bring them in here with no problem. Alright, let's go up here. And I don't think that fireball... I know you need the fireball to toggle, but I don't think you need it for anything else. Let's go finish up this room first. Okay, so I'm bringing a blue key into here, which lets me do this, which I think I need to do. So that's good. Oh yeah, the fireball goes in there. Okay. So this goes right there for sure. Okay, what's this block for? Oh, it's for the... Right, it's for this. Let me... let's just get it in that bomb. Okay. So the person who found the bust was Bowman, and I have to give a really big shout out to him for finding the way to fix this, because I couldn't think of a way to fix this. But thankfully he came in and really helped guide me into fixing this, so I do appreciate that a lot. Okay, I don't know if I want the suction boots yet. Don't see anything wrong with them. Oh, you you can't collect them. It's blocked off by... See, that's how much I don't remember about this level. Okay, so let's get this in here. So you have to get the paramecia right there. I remember that. And there's the controller boss glitch thing keeps it stuck there. So we can clear this out. Oh, I should have gotten the red key. I didn't think you had to for some reason. Okay. I knew you had to, but I didn't think you had to for that task. Now I know. And now I know how to do the everything up to that point. Okay. So go back. Oh, hey, I actually timed it right for the glider. That's funny. Very nice. So one thing in this level you won't find are clone buttons, I think. Like, there's clone machines, but there's no cloners. Like, you can't clone anything in here. Let's press that real quick. Get that in there. Okay, there we go. So let's collect this key, but not go through the door. Okay, so that bug will come in here to blow that up. Excellent. Now let's collect this now. Easy. We have this room, which looks a little scary, but it's not too bad. I also increased the time limit on this level as well. It used to be 730, and I think I upped it to 870, just in case. Okay, so I think... Yeah, that frees that. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to get this guy to follow me. There we go. I'm gonna block that off. And then we have this section. Now this section's a little weird. It works of... there's a few ways things work here. So I'm going to get this teeth to blow that up, which allows me to collect that and collect this and collect this, which is everything I need to solve this room. You just press that. You don't even need the block for the exit either. Well, you can, not like you can retrieve it anyway. All right. Click this green key now. The toggles kind of matter here. The block to the left has a red key under it. It's referring to that one right there. Okay, there is a clone button, but it doesn't connect to anything. All right, so this yellow key is what you use to exit. So I can't spin this anywhere. All right. Oh no, the red key, duh. The red key is what you need to exit. The yellow key you need to get the red. Silly me. Alright, that is tiles and stuff. With a lot of time left over. So, yeah, this one took about 7 hours to make. And then I think another couple hours went into fixing the bust. Oh, maybe not a couple, maybe like an hour max went into fixing the bust for this, but it works. I mean, unless someone like Pie Guy or someone else finds a massive bust in this level that still exists, then I don't think any do though. Everything kind of works the way I intended it for the most part, and I think it's a solid level. I think I'm definitely going to give this a 5 in voting. Alright, Shadow of the Day, the last level of the Walls of CCLP3 content. So, I made a few changes to this. For one, you can do this in a much more nonlinear order than originally. You used to have to do this block thing first, I think. Well, you didn't have to, but it was there to do. Right, sometimes solutions aren't so simple. Good lyrics. Good lyrics. So the name of the level references a song by Linkin Park, who I sometimes still listen to. I haven't lately though. But they're a fairly important band to me. They've gotten me. Their music has gotten me through a lot of tough things in my life. And this song in particular was like a perfect capstone for this set. This wasn't the last level I made for the set. I think it was like 94. And I kind of referenced that with the time limit. Okay, I think you just do this. Yeah. That's a lot easier than it looks. Alright, so what do we have next? So yeah, you used to have to get this block through this in order to get up here. Now you can just kind of go through this immediately and just use the block for a chip instead. which I think is cool. It allows a little bit more flexibility in the ordering of doing this level, because some sections are a lot more tougher than others. As for the walls this uses the walls of Ghosts of the Massingham Mansion. All right. So order it like that. And then I think you just shove that in the corner. And that gets the job done. All right. So that section is done. So now we can go ahead and finish off this thing. Just get it done and over with. I like how this ball thing comes together. I think it's cool. Plus, it looks cool for the start of the level, I think. All right, now we have this thing. I think the way to do it is pushing that there. Yeah, it's pushing that. So this section was made to reference a mysterious geoglyph, which I felt needed a proper reference, because that was basically one of the first levels made for this set, because it was made for a block crate competition. All right. Yeah, this one used to be like the very last section, but I changed it because there used to be a walker in here you have to dodge, and you have to get a block pushed in here. You still have to get the block pushed in here, but you don't have to get it down here. And this used to have gliders and blobs, but I changed it to just paramecia. And now it's all connected. Woohoo! Okay, so I'm actually going to go ahead and grab those red keys real quick. A cool little section, I think. Actually, you can go ahead and just... I'm going to take the shortcut. Yeah, these changes just allow this level to be opened up so much more. You can just take this shortcut and do that. So now the very last thing we have to do is this Sokoban, which is a very clear reference to Polarity Isle from Walls of CCLP4, which in itself was the first level of that set that was made. And okay, I'm trying to... I think it's just like this. Because you only need to push the block through one. You only need to push one block through. With the suction boots, and then you can get rid of them. So it was a nice way to reference Walls of CCLP4, because that set inspired Walls of CCLP3 to be made. So it only felt appropriate. Okay. Alright, so that is everything. Let's go over here and grab some suction boots. That teeth monster will be for the very end of the level. Actually, I can just go ahead and get him out right now. There we go. And we just have one last little phase to get the blocks through here. Grab the one last yellow key and exit. So as a whole, Walls of CCLP3 was a very fun set to build. All things considered, I mean, I've definitely used a lot more better templates than what CCLP3 provided, but I loved the challenge. I loved the fact that I made it work, even though some of the levels I made for it were throwaways. I mean, because let's be real, out of everything I made for Walls of CCLP3, I only submitted like 55, maybe 60 levels in that set. Now there were a lot more I could have submitted. I could have submitted the Chronicles of a Madman, the Pie Guy, or not the Pie Guy, the CCLP3 medley. I could have submitted, that's like the first one that comes to mind, but there was a ton of others that people wish I submitted from that set. That I probably should have, but I just didn't want to. So for CCLP6, I definitely will if it happens. I'm sure it will, but that won't be for a much more longer time in the near future. But Walls of CCLP3 it was a learning experience. I definitely enjoyed it. But there's definitely better template sets to work with. CCLP3 is not one I recommend anyone else to try unless they want to. I wouldn't recommend it. But yeah, that's the last level. Now we're on to the Trading Places levels, and this starting with Sealed Chamber, which was the first level I made for my half of the levels. And this one uses Confusion Cave. So the way these levels are ordered are the order that I designed them in, unlike the past couple level sections where they were ordered in the way they appeared in the source set. For Trading Places, I submitted them in the order they were designed, because by the time submissions closed, Trading Places was still not released yet. But this is basically it's a fairly easy level. Just kind of uses the space in a pretty cool way. And yeah, I can go ahead and get rid of this right here. I was thinking I had to push the block down here for some reason, but you just have to leave the dirt. Okay, last chip. I think it's right there, yeah. Alright, and that is Sealed Chamber. A very fun level. Now on to Yellow Fever. Yeah, I made Yellow Fever extremely early on. This one uses the yellow locks of Autumnal Forest. So I used Autumnal Forest so quickly because it felt like if I couldn't think of an idea for it immediately, I never was going to be able to think of an idea for it. So I wanted to knock it out as fast as possible. And I should not have done that. And it's funny, despite the similarity with the aesthetic, this level actually works really well and it actually feels substantially much more... I fall for that all the time. I don't know why I do. It plays out substantially differently than Autumnal Forest. Which I probably shouldn't... Don't go down there, you keep doing that. I take a lot of pride in this level working without it resorting to putting monsters on top of the locks to enforce a specific solution. Like, this was busted, but it was busted in a pretty stupid way that I completely overlooked. If he didn't see JB's initial first run through this level. All right. So that socket is there because you can't access that early. And these sockets right here were added to prevent the bust that JB did. I'm thankful it was that simple. I only have one, right?
Bummer.
Oh, why didn't I just go down the corridor? Okay, I don't know why I didn't see that. There's a lot of yellow to keep track of. I feel like I should have named this level something else. Like I think I plan to. I think I kept Yellow Fever as a placeholder for the longest time, but I never thought of a better title. And honestly, the title works very well. I wouldn't change it even if someone gave me a better title. I would still keep this. Oh, why did I do that? Oh, that was the keyboard thing. Pressed it once and it inputted twice.
Bummer.
Dude, come on. So trading places, I hope for the people that have played it, I hope they have enjoyed it. That was a very fun collaboration with Jeffrey to do. Oh my god. I'm sorry, I think I'm getting tired. And I don't know why I'm getting tired. I've only played 14, 15 levels tonight. Keep I keep wanting to go down there. Like I see the fire is down there, and it's like, oh, you have to go down there. But it's like, no, you need 2 keys to reach that. That's what was needing to do. All right. All right, so that presses that. Get 2 of these. So I can kill that off. And I think I can just go, yeah, I can just go up here. So there's still a minor bust to this. You don't actually need to unlock this red door here. You can manipulate the fireball by removing this lock and this lock, and it'll backtrack and just go that way. But there's no benefit of keeping the red key, so I'm just gonna do it that way. Like keeping the red, or not using the red key, like it doesn't accomplish anything. You just save the red key. That's all you get out of it. Okay. So now we have this yellow key here, and we go down here, collect all these ones. So there's fire boots right there, which is what this was supposed to symbolize. It's supposed to be that fire boots are along that edge. And you can exit, but you can exit without the fire boots. JB did it in his playthrough of it. So that is Yellow Fever done. It's a pretty fun level. I like it. I have some fairly high hopes for it, not too high in voting. We'll just see how it goes. All right, Fiery Ascent, level 200. Let's see. This one uses Uphill Battle, I think. Yeah, definitely Uphill Battle. Oh, why did I push it there? Yeah, I'm definitely not in. I'm definitely not in it tonight. I don't know why. Okay, one more toggle button press. Allows that to be held down, and you can go ahead and teleport down. And go through here. This was another like fairly similar to Sealed Chamber, which was a Pokemon reference, by the way, if I didn't mention that. It was just making best use of the space as I could. Alright, and that's Fiery Ascent completed. I like it. I think it'd make a fun, like, early level in CCLP5 if it gets in. Alright, Plutonium Leak. This one uses a monotone, except I replaced all the invisible walls with normal walls for good reason. I mean, go check out level 229 of JCCLP Rejects if you want to play the true source material of this level. You tell me how fun it is. But yeah, this level is, it's basically just a maze. Not too difficult, it's just a little tricky to read because there's extra chips on some places you can't reach. The forest floor checkerboard with the walls kind of makes it a little obfuscated a little bit. Alright. I think that's it. The plutonium leakage was so strong it turned the invisible walls into normal walls. Indeed. Plutonium is a very strong substance. Alright, that level is done. Ripple. Oh yeah, JB just like played this not too long ago. So this one is an interesting case. This uses the template of Primordial Ooze from Ultimate Chip 6, but the twist with it was there wasn't any walls to use in that template. It was just water, gravel, and forest floors and chips. So that was a case of, okay, I need to think of something for this template or else it was kind of like Yellow Fever. Like I had to think of something for the template or else chances of me thinking of an idea weren't going to happen. So I kind of sat down with Primordial Ooze and thinking what to do with it. Like I knew a tile conversion was going to have to happen. That much I knew. What kind of tile conversion was another story. So what I ended up doing was I had Tyler's level, possibly the worst maze to exist, in mind. And it's like, oh, you know, that's a level concept like I personally really like, and I haven't really seen anyone done like a chip collection level with it before. So I wanted to give it a try. And so I thought, well, maybe this template will work in that regard. So what I ended up doing was I swapped out all the gravel for invisible walls, and then I made the rest of it just thin walls, and I even kept the original chip pattern as well. That's why there were so many chips in quick succession there. And the best part about this is that the template, because of that tile swap, only one of the chips ended up becoming inaccessible. And that gave me the perfect opportunity to keep that in as like to throw the player off, and that worked wonders on JB. Okay, I was so satisfied to see him trying to get a chip that you cannot collect in this, and I love that. The chip in question, you might be wondering, is somewhere up here. Yeah, it's somewhere up here. I think it's that one up there. I think that's the one you can't get. Yeah, is that one you can get? Yeah, it's that one. You cannot collect that one because the way the tiles converted, it closed off that area entirely. So what chip am I? Oh, it's this one right here. How? It's so easily, it's visible, so I imagine it's like right here. Oh yeah, right here. There we go. So that is Ripple basically completed. You just have to get back up this path. There we go. That is Ripple done. That's a solid level. I think that would get into the final set of CCLP5 if it's highly rated enough. All right, Plasma Frigate. This one uses, what's that level called? Quantum tunneling, I think. In Ultimate Chip 6. Okay, so pushing that block isn't really going to do me anything. I think, yeah, you have to start off by pushing that left. So this is just like a block extraction level with a ice checkerboard with ice corners and stuff. Okay, so there's a specific way you have to get these blocks guided. And I think I finally see it. I say that and I'm not so sure anymore. Oh no, yeah, I am. So this one kind of got criticized a little bit for, you know, I think it has 7 blocks you need to extract. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, yeah, 1, 2. So that's 4. Yeah, it's 7 blocks you need. It got criticized for having that many and this all being what the level is, but I don't see anything wrong with that. I think it's one of those criticism things that's like, well, there's not much you can really do about that at that point. Because what the level is not exactly meant to be super challenging or anything. It's more just meant to be, you know, be on your toes with how you guide the blocks around. Like once you find the path, you know, the path works. And it's always going to work. And that's kind of how all block pushing levels kind of work by their nature. So when people kind of say, oh, this level's tedious or there's too many blocks here, it's like, well, there's what could I do? Like if I remove some blocks, that just makes the level easy. And I don't necessarily want the level to be easy because then I won't like the level anymore. So it's just one of those instances where it's like, well, you kind of just have to do what you want to do at the end of the day as the designer. It's like, well, if you want the level to have 7 blocks and be all the levels centered around, and you think that's interesting enough to play and be engaged in, then that's all that matters in the long run. I know that might be a kind of a selfish way to look at it, but it's like, well, You know, like there's nothing inherently wrong with this. Like I can see that like 7 blocks is too many, but I mean, I could have had like 14. I could have, like, all those ice tiles up there, those could have been bombs as well. And this could have been 14 blocks you had to push through. Like, that would be worse. That's kind of how I look at with tedium. And that's kind of why I don't really sympathize with tedium comments. It's because, like, well, like, yeah, this is tedious, but it could be worse. And I feel like more appreciation for that aspect should be shown. It's like, well, I know this could be worse, so I shouldn't be complaining. So that's why, like, when someone says, oh, you know, this amount is tedious, or this level's tedious because you have to push like 6 blocks around, 8 blocks around, whatever, I don't really sympathize that well with comments like that. So when that's a part of the feedback, I don't completely ignore it, but I just kind of gloss over it because it's like tedium itself is subjective, and you know, that's someone can find 3 blocks perfect, someone can find 3 blocks tedious. It all comes down to personal preference at the end of the day, and you can't please everyone. So that's kind of where I am with when it comes to tedious aspects of level design. That one, though, I don't believe is tedious. I think I think that's just a nitpick because it's a block pushing level. Even though I made it interesting with the ice corners and stuff, they have to, you know, kind of nitpick at the amount of blocks that are in the level and stuff like that, which is fine. You know, it is what it is. But I like the level, so okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and end it off here. I think this is a really solid ending point on Spirit River, which is going to be a prime candidate in showcasing this narrow corridor walls of layout that I kind of got stuck with in this case, but kind of showcase that I can make these types of wall layouts work pretty well. And we will do that in the next video, so I'll see you guys there. Thank you for watching and tuning in, however you did, and enjoy the rest of your day or evening. And take care.